Hi guys, how's everybody doing today? This is Miss Lambert. I'm your instructor. I'm your owner, your CEO, and your founder. This is Sapphire Physician Coding. This is the medical billing chat. This is pretty lengthy. So if you guys need to just do a portion today and a portion tomorrow, that's fine. I want to make sure that you get through the chat. And one-on-one, please call me and let me know. Or you guys can email me. All that information is in your syllabus, 860-751-8235 and physicians@sapphirecoding.com. Okay. So it's nice to see, a couple of you guys. I know some of your family. Just, take heed to the information that I'm giving you because you're definitely going to need it. If anybody has any questions in regards to this chat, feel free to contact me. This chat will not be on YouTube. I will put a shorter version, which is probably already there. You guys know, even if I do decide to put a chat on YouTube, it's a locked link and only you guys have the link. This will be sent to you through your Google Drive. Make sure that you look at it. And I love the Google Drive. You guys know that I transitioned from a different program that I had that kind of limited the students from doing what they really wanted to do. So you guys all gave me insight on, what you wanted and how we can improve the program for you. So Google Drive is pretty okay with me as far as transferring the files to you. We do use Teams. You guys know I use Teams for one-on-one, and I use Teams for a multitude of meetings and things that I have in general. So, I think that's a good idea to also use that for you guys because I can use Teams also for files. And I think I'm going to use that to put you guys grades in. We've tried it, we've done it. It's even better than the program that we had before. And always remember, you guys give me insight, give me things, you say, hey, Miss Lambert, what if we do this? Hey, Miss Lambert, I'm having trouble doing that. I can tweak whatever I want to. It is my program, and I will tweak this however I need to assist the students in what they need to do. Okay, so let's just kind of get started. There's a large amount of slides here. Those of you who have the files, they're much more than this. But just take heed to it. And remember, make sure you guys do your summary. I added orientation with the medical billing course so that you can get more of an insight. You guys do know there are two books. One is the workbook, medical insurance billing book, and then there's the workbook. You do not need to get the workbook. I would love for you to get the workbook. It's just that these books cost so much, but I like the ebooks. You can get the ebook. You can do the exercises if you choose to. I have specific tasks for you to do that I will send to you. If you do not see those tasks in your files, let me know. Those of you who are only doing medical billing, I would prefer that you do the exercises in the workbook. Okay, so I want you to do those as well. I have the master book, so you may have odd number answers back there. That's fine, but I want you to do the whole thing. So let's move on. So let's talk about Ms. Lambert, which we just did just a few minutes ago, a little bit about me. My bio is in here. Some of you guys do not know me. Some of you do. Yeah, I have a problem looking at the camera. I'm still trying to get used to looking at the camera and stop saying But a lot of you guys do know me already. Some of you see me on Facebook and Instagram. I have a lot of those social networks going on. But most of you who are in my classroom know who I am. You know where I come from. My bio tells you a lot about me, okay? How I started billing, how I started in the medical field, how I, did my graduate courses, how I learned what I know. Okay, I'm not going to read it word for word because I know what's in it, but I want you to check it out and read it word for word. I also have this in my book, The Medical Billing and Coding Q&A. And sometimes I post it, in different courses just so you guys can get familiar with me. I don't want you guys to feel like you can't ask me something. Ask me anything. If you get stuck, ask me. I make rules, okay? I tweak this program. Okay, I have 3 teachers that work with me and their family, and we work together. Okay, so make sure that you contact me when you have a problem. Okay, contact me if you do not have a problem. Okay, so thank you for joining. Uh, we are so glad to have you here. Okay, this is a team, and that's why I always say team us. Make sure you guys look at that Black Phoenix Team Us on Facebook. That's for you guys. You know, that's a group that I'm building for you guys, especially those of you who are going to go ahead and start your own business, because this is a field that you can do at home, and you can start your own business, recruit your own providers. You guys know that Sapphire has 2 different entities, this business to business and we do education. When I say business to business, that means that we go and we do director for people, supervisor, liaison, what do we need to do to get the job done. And I'm expecting you guys who are taking your CPC or your CPB, which is Certified Professional Biller, to take it to the next level. Okay, the book that you're going to use for this is Medical Insurance Billing. I've already given you the files for these books, so just make sure you get the books. Elsevier and Amazon, you can get those books. I will put that also in the link, which I think is in that file anyway that I sent you, so you can get those books. Just let me know. I'll send you the link back to make sure that you get those books. I like ebook, but if you like hard copy, that's fine, no problem. If you guys are moving on to the coding, you do have to get the coding books, but if you're sticking with medical billing, that's fine, because we're going to go through that whole book. I want you to do that whole book. Okay, I have tasks for every single chapter. I'm not going to go through the whole book here, but you are, and we're going to, give you tasks and make sure that you're par with it. Okay, and if you need a one-on-one chat, let me know. I will do one-on-one with you. Especially there's a lot of stuff in that book that you may not understand. Make sure that you get at me. We are going to go over that. This is pretty much your introductory format for the medical insurance billing, but I want you guys to let me know what you're stuck in. Okay, I gave you guys a schedule. There's a schedule for medical billing. So when that day comes for medical billing, make sure that you come with me live. You don't have to. I'll archive, and when I say archive, that means that the recording is already done, which you guys will probably see this after, I record it. But I always try to drop something live on YouTube where you guys can start asking me questions. This will go there for questions, and then I'm going to lock it out. Okay? So let's move on. So here is my information. You guys will see this throughout the slides. You will see both of my emails there. Some of you are Gmail savvy. And it's kind of shorter than Sapphire Coding. That's fine. Whichever one you want to email me on. I don't even know how many emails I have. I have several. The Gmail you must have for me to upload the Google Docs. I can upload the Google Docs through another email, but it's going to ask for permission from a person of Gmail. So, I would prefer you guys to have the Gmail. Okay. But again, 751-8235. I post these things throughout all of the slides. You guys will hear me saying that. Okay, so again, this is Sapphire Physician Coding. A couple of people asked me what the LLBC think is for. LL is my name, Lisa Lambert. BC is billing and coding. The FIN is financial, because revenue cycle billing is all financial. Okay, and the K is for Corinne. Corinne is my oldest child. She's my daughter, and I have dropped the K there in honor of her. So that's why you guys see the K there, because that's my oldest daughter's name. Her name is Corinne. Okay, so let's move on. So I don't know why the click add is there, but I'm not going to mess with that right now. This is a mission. Sapphire, was built, a long time ago by myself, and it was began with me with one of my regional directors, Sinclair, and he gave me the idea to create this program. So, it's been a few years now. I think it was back in 2014, and respect to him. Okay, so mission statement: innovation, motivation, inspiration, leadership, and education. You guys know that that's what I'm all about: empowerment, encouraging, and believing. Anybody who's in my classroom, that's what we do. We encourage you. We encourage you. We make sure that you have the tools that you need. If we don't have them, we will try to get them. Uh, some of you guys see me do GoFundMe's. You guys see me do donations to help you to get the books that you need. Okay, so positivity and growth, dedication, accomplishments. That's what we're about. Integrity. Okay, make sure that you uphold these things when you are in the class. Okay, the class is however we do our forum. When I say Teams, that's class. Zoom, that's class. Okay, YouTube, that's class. I want you guys to get used to different types of forums. Even if it's Instagram, that's class. Facebook, that's class. Wherever we do communication at, that's class. I try to work around the student. I work around you guys. Now that doesn't mean I'm gonna be up to 1 o'clock in the morning when you get off of work and say, "Hey, Miss Lambert." Okay, so we try to work with you. Okay, so again, welcome to Sapphire. When you see these numbers on your 8311A, that's the number of the course. Okay, there are 18 courses in this program. Okay, you guys are doing the medical billing course. If you choose to move on to the other courses, that's fine. I will add those courses in, and you can get those courses. When you take the medical billing course, I do prefer you guys to take the medical terminology course because in billing, you need to be savvy with your terminology. You need to know medical terminology. There's even coding and there's coding with the HICFAs and UVs and ICD-10 and CPT in medical billing. So the book that you guys are purchasing actually has coding in there. So yes, you're still going to learn some of the coding. Throughout this slide, you'll see me mentioning coding very often because again, it's not only CPC. Okay, there is CPB as well. It's called Certified Professional Biller. Okay, you don't need to be certified to do medical billing. You need to have, at least a 6 months training, 5 months training, and it have had to teach you about medical billing. I will give you a completion certificate when you complete this program, because you'll get final exams, you'll get tasks, you'll get everything that you would get in a regular college. Just remember, this program mimics colleges. I taught this program in the college. Okay. I created medical assistant programs and other different types of forums for students. So, Miss Lambert ain't no cheesy weezy. I'm going to go in depth with these courses. Okay. So this session is medical insurance billing, and this is the process. Okay. This is pretty much just letting you guys know what we are starting with. You guys will do other chapters in the book, but these are your main chapters. Okay. We review the chapters 2, compliance, privacy, fraud, and abuse, insurance billing. Chapter 4, medical documentation, electronic health records. That refers to the EHR. Medical documentation, those are the notes for the providers. You guys may have to do an appeal, and you may have to get the notes from the provider. So you see, if you were a coder, you would get the notes from the provider and you would translate those. You, as the biller, you get the notes just to confirm what he did. Because sometimes the insurance company say, "Oh no, we don't have enough information. We don't know." That's where you need medical necessity. You need to get the notes from the coder, or you need to get the notes from the medical assistant or the provider. Okay. So again, I have on here, some of you guys can get these books from thrift.com, or, sometimes I might catch Amazon at 4 in the morning and they have, discounts at that time of day. 2 hours later, it's gone. I've done that several times and caught book sales. Okay. So again, you guys can get the medical billing book from elsevier.com. I go there in good books as well. When you go in, they say, "Are you a student or are you a teacher?" Just say you're a student and they'll take you where you need to go. Okay, the book is Medical Insurance Billing Book. Insurance Handbook used to be the name of the book, but they just tweaked the name, which is what they do. They change the name and the information is the same. So yeah, we're going to go through electronic claims, Blue Cross Blue Shield, private insurance, Medicare, Medicaid. Those are several chapters in the book. After each chapter, I will give you a task, and you have to pass that task with at least a 70. Um, I prefer 80 or 85, but we can. But I'll take the 70, but because I want you to get that very good level where you are comfortable. I've had students who graduated my course um, that go and work and they're just afraid. Don't be afraid. That's why I want you to get used to this. And anybody who has graduated from the school or from the Sapphire program, you always can come back. Just remember that. Especially, like medical billing, changes all the time. Rules change all the time. So just, as far as the doctor's office and the hospital, just, stay abreast on what's going on in there. I mean, UB, HICFAs and stuff like that, they're pretty much the same, but you still want to keep up with federal regulations, okay? So the class summary. Okay, so hello and welcome. You guys know I always say that. Some of you who are just coming in, and didn't start from the beginning, that's fine. Because you're going to see this throughout. And you guys are going to see, like, I repeat a lot of stuff throughout a lot of my tasks, a lot of my slides and stuff, because I want to make sure that you remember, you retain. Some of you guys have a short-term memory. Some of you guys have a long-term memory. I have a friend, if I tell him something today, I ask him tomorrow, he hasn't a clue what I'm talking about. And it'll be 3 months, probably a couple of weeks, and he'll bring it up. And he'll say, this, that, this about it. And I go, okay, so that was, I don't forgot myself now. So, just use your long-term memory or your short-term memory to retain the information. Okay. So, again, in your medical insurance book, we're going to go through each chapter. Read each chapter, okay? The test pertains to the chapter, okay? So you're in chapter 1. I want you to read chapter 1. It's your book. Highlight what you need in that book. If you are going further in medical billing and you're going for CPB, I suggest you go on www.aapc.com because that is the site that we use. That is the entity that we test for CPC and for CPB. Anything that you need to know about those exams are on that site. Okay, if you have a question and you cannot get clarity on that site, let me know. I'll call contacts that I have at AAPC and I will find out for you. Okay, so again, the quiz are to get you familiar with the doctor's office. It is to make sure you are aware of what goes on in the doctor's office. This is to make sure you're aware of how to print a HICFA, what's on a HICFA, what the numbers mean, what is a provider ID, what is an NPI, those type of things you need to know when you work in a doctor's office. Okay, because some people can go in and kind of train you right off the back, but then they've got to understand what's going on in that office, and you have to have insight on school and schooling what they taught you, because some people are not sure and they're just teaching you anything. Maybe doing this to recruit your own doctors. It's not just coding. Just because I have coders all over the place that code for my doctors. Billing is the same thing. 9 times out of 10, okay, the billers, they are in the house. The coders, they are offsite. But when you have your own company and billing, you can bill for several companies. You just need the software that they have. When I say software, I mean like the EHR, electronic health records and things like that. You need like NextGen, Epic, those type of things. So we will talk about those kind of things, and you'll see those things in your book. I've also put in your course, in the medical billing course, I believe I sent you like a demo, and the demo is about what an EHR is. What does it look like? Where does this go? Where does the name go? Where does that go? It's just to kind of show you what it is. And we'll go through that. I think in your next chat, we're going to go through that. So, just take heed to that. Every single one that, all the lessons that are in your course, we're going to go through them. So you'll see that. So the medical billing, you guys will get that from your Google Drive if I haven't already put it in there. Okay, so if you don't see them, just let me know. I'll send it to you. Okay, so again, questions, comments, this is my email. Make sure that you send me an email for any type of questions you have. I do put some of the emails on the Q&A. I have Q&A on Facebook. My Facebook Q&A also goes on the Instagram. So sometimes, yeah, I put your questions there. I don't put names or anything, but I do put your questions there. Okay, so let's move on. There's my emails again. So this is a sample of an insurance list. And the reason you see this like this, because if you're in an office and your manager has all these insurances, you have to keep up with all of these insurances. So this pretty much is a spreadsheet with insurance information on it. You can't see a lot of the information that's on there, but when you're at home, make it bigger and you can kind of take a look at it. Basically, you got the insurance name, and you've got even provider IDs on there, who takes the insurance XYZ. And it's just pretty much a sample of an insurance list. And when you go to work in that doctor's office, just get yourself coordinated so that you can find everything that you are looking for. I've been in offices where we're just looking for everything. Even the girls that already work there, it's just you can't find anything. But if you have a list like that, put it in front of your desk or put it on a closet, however you want to put it. Just put that in front of you so you have them. And you can also put it on a spreadsheet in your computer. Okay, so let's talk about this. So yes, this is a part of your medical billing course as well. You guys are going to see this in the course. It's in your book, but I just kind of made this just so you can get an idea of how the patient's portion of the deductible is actually done. Um, in a hospital, your EHR system is automatically going to pull this up. This is just an overall of me just putting, what the office visit costs. Medicare allowed amount is $400. You're going to adjust the $50. Okay. The patient still owes a deductible. What is a deductible? That's an amount that the patient must pay. Okay, we don't make those rules. The insurance company makes those rules. Let's say it's $162. This must be satisfied before Medicare makes the calculation of a payment. Okay, you need to minus that. The patient deductible is from 400 to minus $162. Okay, that leaves Medicare 238. Okay, and they're going to do this whole calculation. I can read the whole thing, but I want you to read it and understand it. I've done it word for word for you guys to get it. The bottom line is that the patient deductible is $209.60. Okay, so I want you guys to read this word for word so that you guys can get an understanding on it. I'll probably do a 30 minutes on this just so you can get an idea of how the deductible is done. It's in your book, but I wanted to put this here so we can do kind of like an overall uh, just an overall talk about it, because sometimes you get kind of confused with what a deductible is. Now, on your CPB or in coding, they may have something in there. How do we do deductible XYZ, or how much money is left? You can write something in your CPC book or your billing book, um, in regards to how you get the answer, because everything is multiple choice, but you still have to figure it out. She says take 190.40 away from the allowed amount. Allowed amount was 238. So that's where the 4760 came from. Now add the 4760 to the patient deductible, because they need to pay that too. Yeah, I know it's terrible that the patients have to pay so much, but that's the insurance company. And again, the patient's payment is his deductible, $162 plus the 20%, which is the 4760. So that's how we got that. Okay. Call me. Call me if that's too much, because I probably went fast. I stopped and then I started, but you call me. But an illustration like this is in your book. Okay. And this is just giving you an outline of it. I will do a 30-minute on this or 40-minute, but we're going to do that together. Okay. And again, this is your medical billing introductory chat, just letting you know about the medical billing and what you're getting ready to get into. Okay. Some of the things that's a little bit more challenging than others. Okay. Let's move on. We have a few slides to go. Okay. So HCFA fillable form. You can print out a fillable form. That's the link for it. I've already attached a fillable form in your book, in your file, so you guys can take a look at that, and you will do one because there's an exercise in your book. So just be precarious of that. The HCFA. The HCFA is the red and white form. It's in there. I named it HCFA. Okay, so I'm going to go over that. Just look at your schedule and see when your medical billing chats are. Okay, look at your schedule. Okay, I have this is what mine looks like. You guys can't see this, but this is what my schedule looks like for you guys. You guys see this in hard copy. Uh, I'm saying hard copy, but I'm thinking of Microsoft Word or Excel. I'm not sure which one I have it in, but this is your schedule. Okay. If you don't have that, let me know. I'll go ahead and send that to you. That schedule should show when when class is in session, like now. Okay. And don't worry, if you don't get it, you don't get in. I'm going to archive it to you anyway. Archive is you're going to look at the video after I've actually done it. Okay, so let's move on. Why is it important to know the anatomy of medical billing? Because anatomy of medical billing is body parts. Okay, when you're looking at a claim or you're looking at notes, you do need to know what they look like, you know. And I've got on here when you're taking the CPC, but I'm talking about the CPB as well. Okay, you need to identify body parts and regions. You know, when you guys are doing the billing and you're talking to the insurance company, you got to know, you know, what part of your, was it the left, was it the right, RT or LT, stuff like that. Was it the thyroid, you know, different type of things like that. You still need to have that that medical billing talk, that medical billing knowledge. And that's why I added the medical billing with the medical terminology, because, you know, again, here, even though, you know, the test is multiple choice, whether you're taking a CPB or not, the CPC is multiple choice. I'm pretty sure the CPB is. That's multiple choice as well. You're still going to know something about medical terminology. Same way with, you know, the CPC. You need to know medical billing. Okay. So again, no, you guys are going to look at this. I want you to what you're studying. This is going to help you. Okay. And again, here, this is AAPC. And this is kind of what I was talking about as far as the body parts. I'm giving you this tip because there are things there that would trip you up. I'm including CPB as well. When you're taking your certified professional biller, they trip you up saying stuff. I mean, in this scenario, I'm using musculoskeletal system, the humerus and the femur, because there are times when I get the humerus and the femur mixed up. Okay, so the humerus and the femur are the two larger bones. Okay, this one is very confusing. The humerus is the arm and the femur is in the leg. They're the two largest bones of the body. But that may be on your test, you know. Those two, you might get something in regards to the body system. Remember I said medical billing anatomy, that's what I'm talking about. You might get something. Okay, so again, you know, I'm pretty sure I have it there. You guys might get something, you know, on that. Okay, they've changed the test significantly. It's 4 hours now. Yeah, I think you guys all, you know, are awesome. So go ahead and take that test and be done with it. I'm not going to tell you when to take the test, but you know when you're ready to take the test. Okay, I'm not going to say, oh, Miss Never made me take my test and now I fail. Even though if you do fail, you'll take it again. But that's not the gist. Courses, whenever if you need to take it again, you take it again. Okay. Okay. So again, let's get moving on the slide. So there are many ways to interact with the program. Okay, and this is what I put. There's just a few couple of slides of different ways for you to interact with the program. Google Drive, you know, Google Drive memo. Email me, go on the website, www.certifiedcoding.com. You guys can ask for one-on-one, or you guys, some of you guys, which is fine. You text me first and I'll call you back. No problem. Because you guys are pretty good. You guys don't just call me. I've never had you guys, and you always text me, and I respect you guys for that. Then I get back to you. So again, available to all students. You guys can set up a one-on-one with me. You can do it through the website, or you can just call me and we'll do it. 9 times out of 10, we either do it Zoom or we do it through Teams. Okay, and remember, download Teams if you do not have it. Download Zoom if you do not have it. Okay, and here, this is how you create a Google Drive. I know I'm slow, but you guys already know, I'm pretty sure. But some of us, you know, this is new. You know, my son, you know, he's the one who introduced the Google Drive to me, and he says, "Mom, do this, do that, do this, do that," and I really didn't know what he was talking about, but I learned how to adapt to Google Drive. So, you know, again, you guys, you know, you need to have your Gmail for that. And once you get that Gmail, you can pretty much navigate through Google Drive from there. You just pick it Google Drive, and I'll be uploading stuff to you, and but it will be going through to your Gmail. Okay, if you have something to send to me that you would like to upload through Google Drive, no problem. Just upload that to Google Drive. Okay. Okay, at step 5, you must complete tasks and exercise and turn them in for a grade. The tasks that I give you, okay, the tasks that you probably already have in your medical billing folder, that will come back to me. I will grade that. I have also given you a grade sheet. The courses are listed from the medical billing. You're going to put your grade in there. Even if you're not going to do the CPC portion, I do have a portion for the medical billing in there where you're going to put your grades there. You must do the medical terminology as well in the medical billing. That's why that program actually comes together. I want you guys to do both of those. Some of you guys are in a doctor's office and you do not need, the detail portion of medical billing. But those of you who are not, I want you to do the medical terminology. Okay, medical billing tasks and exercise. We just mentioned that in the prior slide. The instructor will give you the task and you return the task to the instructor for grading. I need to grade those tasks because I've got to see what your average is at the end of your course. Because if your average is not where I want it to be, I'm going to recommend that you stay in the course. Okay, this is because I don't want you to waste $400 on an exam and you're going to fail, regardless of taking it a second time. I want you to be par on what you're learning in this class. You guys in medical billing, you have that same type of opportunity. I want you guys to pass your medical billing certification, okay? There's a couple of several ones out there. There's one with NHA, National Healthcare Association. That's a good one too. I will put that in here. I can send that to you guys as well. Those of you who do a medical billing, there's a medical billing certification for them. It's a lot cheaper than AAPC. I will put that in there. Do not forget to ask me about the NHA certification. I was going to put that with this, but I didn't think it was necessary because most of you guys are taking CPB. It's, you guys know it's a little bit expensive, but that's the most well-known organization for those exams and those certifications. So and that that's why I teach you guys for you have to take the test. I want you guys to take the test for AAPC. That's the entity that I want you to take the test for, and that's who I work with to make sure that if you see something that's not correct or you see something you don't understand, I want to work with them to make sure that they give me clarity so I can give you clarity on what's going on with the test. Okay, I direct you to take their exams because that's the entity that I've chosen for my students to take their exam. Okay, let's move on. Okay, essay format. So yes, you guys have to give a summary at the end of each chapter. If you're on chapter 1 in your medical billing or chapter 2 in your medical billing, you should have a summary for me at least 200 words. Try not to go over 200 words. I'm reading these things and I've seen, oh my God, I've seen 500 words. I'm reading these things. If I'm going too many like that, it's taking forever to read it. I want you 200. 200 to 400. I'm okay with 200 to 400. Okay. And you guys know the trick. We put it on and we put the AI, and the AI actually can read it for me if I wanted to. But I like to try to read it myself. I know instructors from like online colleges that, that's what they do. They put the AI on and they read it for them. But I can't decipher what you guys are really doing when I've got a robot reading your work. I read the work. Stick to 200. Okay, stick to 200. On your schedule, I think on one course I put 400. Just stick to 200. Okay, so student must complete a summary for each course. The summary must consist of 200, 400 words. Whether it's medical billing, color anatomy, or physiology for each body system chapter. Now listen, in medical terminology, you do not have to do a summary for each body system. I want the summary for each coding system. That's what I'm talking about for them. For you guys that are doing the medical terminology, make your essay based on summarizing what you've learned in the whole overall book. Okay. What did you learn that was most significant for you in medical terminology? Where did medical terminology come from? Who created medical terminology? Why do we need medical terminology? That's the type of summary that I want from you guys in medical billing. Okay. The other summary, that's for the coders. They need to tell me word for word about the integumentary system. They need to tell me about female genital, male genital, cardiovascular, things like that. Now, those things are in your language of medicine book, but I don't want you to tell me those things. The medical billers just tell me about medical terminology as a whole. Okay? How does it help medical billing? You know, what does it do for the billers? Okay, and here, this is a summary. This is an example of what I'm looking for. Where did it come from? What does it mean? Who keeps track of it? And I'm using ICD-10 as an example on this because this is the same thing. This is how I want medical terminology. Same who, what, where, same questions, different entity. That's all. Okay. You can put more in there. Just I'm just giving you an example. So let's talk about the books and the resources that you guys are going to use. Now, you need your ICD-10 book, okay, CPT book, okay, not the guidelines, that's for the coders, okay, but you guys that are in medical insurance billing, remember, chapter 5 and 6 is CPT and ICD-10. In order for you to do those two chapters, you still need to have uh, your coding books. So some of you are starting with medical billing, and oh well, I don't want coding, okay, but you have to know a little bit about coding. So you get that down the line. Save your 5 and 6 for later. You can even jump in on the coding classes if you want to, if you need a lot more insight. But when you get to that chapter, you guys let me know. Just jump in on those coding courses. And that schedule, the coding schedule is in there. So that schedule's for everybody. So you see medical billing and in their medical billing chat. I'm not sure what day it's on, but look in there and you guys will see when the coding is. So again, I get medical billing. The medical billing chat is on Tuesday. Medical billing chat is Tuesday, and it's on Wednesday. Yeah, it's one on Tuesday and one on Wednesday. And the coding is Friday and Saturday. Okay, so I'm just looking at mine. But you guys, y'all have the same thing. Okay, so again, there you go. There's your book, your medical books, your website, AAPC, language and medicine, education, educators experience. That's just me telling you about stuff that I've already done, or stuff that's like real life stuff that we do in the medical office. Okay. Okay, so again, here's Miss Lambert. I'm not sure how old that picture is, but it looks pretty old. But I can tell I'm downstairs in the hospital, so I don't know. That must have been at work or something. Okay, but here's all my contacts. You guys know I throw that up there all the time. So here, let's jump down. Let's go to lesson 2. This lesson 2, you guys already have. What I just skip it. This you guys already have, and it's in the file. So it'll say file. Lesson 2. Okay, again, my information there. I always put that there. So medical billing course begins. Okay, so here is when we start talking about medical billing, what's in the medical billing course. And again, I'm just going to repeat what I had mentioned, a little while ago. You guys are going to read your chapter. You guys are going to highlight what you need. Okay. There is a small section in exercises for MIB. MIB is medical insurance billing. I'm just shortening it. Just make sure you do those exercises. I want you to do the task. So when you read a chapter, you do the task. The task comes back to me. You can Google me the task or email the task back to me. Those of you who have printers, you can print out the task if you like, and then you can scan the task back to me. I don't know what that is. You can scan the task back to me, and I will grade the task, okay? If you don't, guess what? You can take a picture with your phone, and I'm fine with that too. If some of you, who used to send me, somebody used to send me with just the answers. Send me just the answers. Just make sure you guys label them right. And you know what? I actually did give you guys a answer grid for medical terminology as well. And you know what it is? I also sent you an answer grid that is generic. You can use it for anything. We're gonna go over that too. Let me write that down so I don't forget to go over that answer grid. And I think there is, as a matter of fact, go to YouTube. You can go there as well. I put something on YouTube in reference to that answer grid. So make sure that you guys check that out. But we'll do another one. If you need information on that grid, let me know. I'll do it again. Okay, I'm going to do it anyway, but just call me anyway. I always have extra time to do stuff. Okay, so rules. I'm saying office rules because these are things that we want you to have guidance on. So keep in mind, you can order your books from thrift.com, Amazon, or eBay. I know eBay. I've ordered books off of eBay before. They got some good books on eBay. $2, $3. I don't get eBay is a lot better than thrift.com and then STC and them. Okay. You can also get them from Elsevier. You guys remember I told you that already. Look at the dot right there. You know I gotta fix that. It's just something like that. I'm not going nuts. It's got to be fixed. So again, that's what we need to do. Okay, so I just want to throw that out there before we drop that down. There's nothing to do with that. So CCI is a transaction to capture individual charges. All right, it's called Corrective Coding Initiative. So in this case, this is something that has to do with coding, but guess what? It has to do with billing too. That's why I said some of the things that you guys do billing corresponds to some of what they do in coding. Okay, charges that were coded that should have been global charge. When I say global charge, what if you get a denied claim? The clearinghouse took clearing. I hate to say stuff, and I'm not sure you guys know what I'm talking about. When I say clearinghouse, it's a company that scrubs claims before they actually go to the third party. This is the billers. This is the hospital billing claim running through. This is the clearinghouse. Oh, let me see. Does not go to the third party because, oh, wait a minute. This may have supposed to be global. So that means you have 3 different CPT codes and you should have one. Okay, that's a biggie. Make sure if you guys see that you get denied for that, just check that out. And again, you guys have to work hand in hand with the coders anyway. So you're gonna have to send it back to Tammy to fix anyway. Okay, so but again, that's why you guys need to know about coding. Okay, and you don't have to be experts and certified coders like those girls. You just need to know about coding. Okay, let us define compliance healthcare industry. Okay, it's the process of meeting regulations. Okay, let me tell you something. It's very important, okay, that we follow recommendations and expectations from federal and state agencies. Okay, they play those healthcare claims. I'm talking about Medicare. Medicare, the number one, they make the rules. Okay, so just be precarious about that. And if you work in a doctor's office, there's always a book in there, or they have their POS in there, and this tells you federal regulations, what you can do, what you can't do. If you get stuck, you could always search engine something if you're not sure about it, or go on AMA.com or Medicare.com. You can Google anything. Just find out. If you're not sure of something, don't submit it. Don't tell it. Don't put it in an email. Don't send it to somebody. Okay, just make sure you guys check it out. Okay, so again, federal regulations are very important because you can get in a lot of trouble for that. There are fines for different things. And that's, when you guys get down the line and you start talking about HIPAA, that's when we start talking about stuff like that. Okay, so where are we at? Industry, clear compliance, encompasses the claim, reimbursement process, managed care procedures. Okay, right, good. So it affects the claims. It affects the management procedures. It affects it overall. Let's do this. It affects the money that the provider gets. Okay, if you keep messing around with a claim and you think you know what you're doing, but it keeps coming back denied, that's money lost. We've got to have that money in. You guys heard us say mid-month. mid-month and end. By mid-month, I want to see these girls have this money together. How many claims have you posted? How many claims have we submitted? Have the provider given you the information that is needed to drop the claims? Let me check the charge entry, girl. Have the provider given her everything that she needs to drop these claims? Oh my God, it's the 28th of the month. We got this much claims that have not been entered. When I say entered, it all starts with the charge entry person. And that's medical billing too. That's medical billing. A while ago, they didn't need to have coding certifications, but I see some places are requiring the charge entry girls to have it. But again, it's all about the revenue cycle. Okay, it's all about the revenue cycle. So, you guys hear me talking. Y'all know I can be gone. I'm trying not to be gone. That's why, because you guys know I talk fast. I'm trying to talk slow. Okay, that's what my mother used to say. I eat too fast. I talk too fast too. But let's just get it going. Okay. So again, Occupational Safety and Health Administration, better known as OSHA, Guidelines, Clinical Laboratory Improvement Amendments, also known as CLEAR, Provisions, Licensure, and Due Diligence in Obeying the Law. CLEAR. Now, some of you may not be in charge of that. As medical billers, your manager is supposed to be responsible for the CLEAR. The CLEAR, it's like a discount on labs like dipsticks and things like that. When you take urine tests and things like that. So you're going to read up on this in your book. Just take notes, and especially CLEAR. Make sure that you know what that means. Okay, make sure you know the definition of CLEAR. Okay. OSHA too. Make sure you know the definition of that. That could be on your exam. Those of you who are going to take the CPB. CPC too, that was on the test a few years ago. What is CLEAR? So, make sure that you guys are familiar with that. Officers directions and protocol. Admitting officers. You see a compliance written document that the staff must go by. This is something that some medical officers have this posted, and sometimes it's in glass, and it's pretty much letting you know how the standard process for handling fitness functions must go. It's a user manual. That's a better word for a user manual. They go by that. And that's used for staff improvement. It's used for staff improvement. It's not for you, but when you go in there, you can go in, you know what you're looking at, you know what it's for. It's for the managers to keep track of what's going on in the office, what's going on in there. Okay, what can we improve? Okay, how can we better this? I'm not finished with that. How can we better this? Okay, this is also similar to an SOP. Employees should go by. If you do see one in your office, if you don't see one, you can ask for one. The SOP is standard operations procedure. It pretty much lets you know how your office is run, how your supervisor runs your office. Okay, everybody clocks in at 9 o'clock. We start working on claims at 8. All claims and submissions should be out by 3 o'clock. Reports should be done by 5. That's standard operation procedure. We have 5 billers, we have 6 billers. Someone should be on call, different things like that. There's an SOP in here on Sapphire. You guys can also look at that. Okay. I'm not going to read the whole thing. I want you guys to read it so you can get a handle on it. And always remember, those admitting officers, sometimes you don't know who those admitting officers are, but they're pretty much officers who you would go to if you have a problem. They're pretty much officers that you would go to if you need to make a report. Okay, so just take heed to that. They're usually off in the back and the door closer. You never see them. They're like compliance officers. You guys know what I'm talking about. Okay, so let's move on. We're only 34. I think I got 117. Okay, so HIPAA. Oh my gosh, you guys make sure that you do not spell HIPAA wrong. Read it out if it's going to help you, because it could be on your billing exam if you're taking a billing test. Okay, you never know. I'm pretty sure it's there. Okay, so HIPAA, Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act. That's what I said. Just write it down. In your book, just write it down in there, and you can flash back to it. Now, in coding, you guys know you can't put stickies in there, but you can tab your book. Okay, so again, the Act of HIPAA came into law in 1996. Okay, it came into public law. Okay, 104-191. That's the public law ID. Okay, I'm just going to skip down here because I want you guys to read this. You guys already have some of this in your prior class. When I say prior class, it's already in your files. I'm just recapping. Okay, I'm trying to get down to the law for the okay, Department of Justice, that's DOJ, the Department of Health and Human Services, GHHS or HHS, Office of Civil Rights, that's OCR. They take care of everything. They oversee issues. They oversee issues. Something's going on in your hospital. OCR, they're like the judge. They're gonna make the rule whether you're gonna be locked up or not. DOJ is the Department of Justice. They're gonna do the review. Okay, so just be prepared so that when you're working in the doctor's office, just abide by HIPAA. Don't turn your screen around and everybody can see it. Don't put documents in the garbage that you should shred. Okay, just make sure that you guys are doing what you're supposed to do when you are in the doctor's office. It's depending on your workload, you might have a provider who has one specialty. You might have a provider who has two specialties. If you're new to billing, I would just go to try to get into a doctor's office that has one specialty until you get used to medical billing. And basically, you want to make sure you're used to dropping those claims and using whatever EHR system that they have. When you get more savvy, then you go to a doctor's office that has several, surgeons or XYZ, and there's different specialties for you to bill in. But I would start off with one specialty, one provider. Okay, and yes, we always tell you about the CPC. So you guys who are in medical billing, you want to stick to medical billing, but you will, get insight on, what CPC is in case you want to go further, or CPB. Okay, so just keep in mind, there's a lot of information in here in regards to compliance, in regards to your CPC. Now, even though CPC was shortened, CPB was also shortened, I'm pretty sure. The certified professional biller. So it's not showing here that I'm showing you CPC because hopefully you'll go on, to get your CPB and your CPC. Okay, and again, I mentioned Health Insurance Portability Accountability Act because as much as you say, I got it, Miss Lambert. No, I know what it is. I know what it is. As soon as I give you a test on it, HIPPA. That's the first thing y'all give me. That's not it. It's HIPAA. Okay. So again, I just kind of repeated what we put up there because HIPAA law was created in 1996. This may be on your test. Okay. I'm pretty sure I put it on your test. Just make sure you pass it and you understand it because even though the tests that you're taking, those are my tests I created for you. If you go further and you take that APC exam on the NHA, they'll have stuff like that on this. Okay, let's move on. Title I health insurance reform. Okay, the aspect of HIPAA and the effects. So this is pretty much the HIPAA portion that I just pulled out of your course that you're going to do. And it's pretty much saying the same thing. You guys see the Obamacare down there? My screen is a little small, but I can see it. I can see it down there. When you go over it, just make sure you look at it. The Obamacare came into effect in 2010. Okay, watch it, write it down, write it in your little book. I have thousands of these little books. Write notes in there, write your stickies in. I don't know where my stickies at, but you guys know I have stickies all the time. No matter where you put them, just so that you can retain what you need to retain. Your medical insurance billing book, you need to read that book thoroughly. I don't care if you read it 2 times. You got to get it. The first chapter in the medical insurance billing book, do I have it over here? I don't have this one. Oh, okay. So this is the 15th edition of the medical insurance book. Okay, the first chapter in the medical insurance book. I'm sorry, I'm just pausing for a few minutes. I'm just supposed to be your regular class, but I'm showing you what it is. Okay, so in the first chapter, I just want to show you guys. This is going to be the same thing. This is fine. This is the book you can get. This is fine. Okay, so it says a role of an insurance billing specialist. That chapter is so important because why? It tells you what the medical billing person does, what the medical billing person will be, responsible for. That's the purpose of it, the role of a medical insurance biller. Okay. Chapter 2 is privacy, security, and HIPAA. So you see, these things are already in here. Okay. And remember, this book does not have the workbook. Here's the workbook. This book does not have the workbook. Okay. You have to purchase the workbook because in medical billing, I want you guys to do the workbook because you have to retain a lot of stuff. Okay. It looks like the medical billing course is little small, but it's not, because you wait till you see those exercises. I have the workbook somewhere. It must be in my car. Okay. I wanted to show it to you, but I sent you a file with all the books in there. Okay. So again, that's in there, Title II administration. This is also in there. There was two administrative, I can't even say it, two administrative simplifications within HIPAA. Okay, one developed and one implementation of standard electronic health claims. That's ETICH. That's those electronic health claims that come through. They have stipulations on that. Even when you send an email, it's supposed to be secure. Some of you who have email on your phone that may be from your job, they always make you put that secure lock on your phone, in case you get emails, even for your own emails, in case you get emails from outside or something like that. I have a bunch of providers just they send me records through emails. But they know that, it's a secured email, even though it's on my phone. I used to be kind of skeptical, but there's a lock on there, and it prevents anybody from hacking into that email, especially if it's an office email. So a healthcare clearinghouse is an organization that acts as an intermediary between a medical provider and the entity to which healthcare information is transmitted. Remember, we talked about that a few minutes ago. And here's a little more over of HIPAA. There are covered entities under HIPAA: healthcare third-party payers, healthcare providers, and healthcare clearinghouses. Let's talk about what our healthcare clearinghouse is. We just talked about that. And again, remember this for your test, because the spelling on the clearinghouse is one word. Okay, it's one word. It is not two words. Okay, so again, we talked about the clearinghouse. Just make sure you abreast on what a clearinghouse is, where they kind of scrub the claims. You have dirty claims. Let me tell you, dirty is if something is wrong with the claim. That's what we call a dirty claim. A clean claim is a claim that has gone straight through. You have some providers and doctors' offices, they have tons of 30 claims. And that's where that goes to accounts receivable. Accounts receivable gets these claims, and they have to correct these claims, and we submit these claims for payment. You have a queue, which is a kind of like by third party big spreadsheets, and they have all of the old accounts receivable, 90-day accounts receivable, ceasing. Every time you work it, you check it off. Every time you work it, you check it off. So, again, the clearinghouse, their kickback was no good. Now that doesn't mean they're not going to fix it. They're going to stop it. Oh, let me see this, put this back in her queue. How does it get back in my queue? It needs to be fixed. If you think you fixed something and it goes in your queue and they try to submit it and it kicks back, you'll see it back in your queue. In your queue, how can I say when your queue? Your queue is where you store claims. The queue is what you're working on. You can prolong the queue for 10 days, 12 days, 15 days, until the claim gets paid. So you fix it and you send it back through the system, the EHR system. Let's say you send it back through Epic. If it's not clean, it'll kick back in those 15 days. So you want to wait 15 days because you've put it out for 15 days. If it gets paid, it doesn't come back. So, again, the clearinghouse helps us do that. Okay, according to medical insurance book for Office of Medical Billing, remember that that's the book you're supposed to be in. The clearinghouse is an independent organization. Okay, they receive insurance claims from the physician's office or the hospital. They perform the software edits and redistribute the claim electronically to various third-party payers. Okay, so we can, again, we can get some kind of an idea of what a clearinghouse is. And these are the people that they deal with. These are third parties: Blue Cross Blue Shield, United Healthcare, Aetna. They're third parties because they're the ones who handle the payment. The first party is the patient. Doctor. The first party is the patient. Doctor. The patient is seeing the doctor. The claims of clearinghouse is second. Third party are the payers. It's like a process. Okay, so let's move on. I'm already in it. Okay, so again, you see clearinghouse in your book. Medical billing parameters. Let us keep in mind that the patients have a legal right to access amendments to their own records. Amendments as in they need to fix something in their records. They need to change something in their record. They name XYZ, not their full name, if they want to add something to the record. Okay, you can't take anything out of the record, but you can add something to the record. Okay, so again, in your book, there's a portion about the parameters of what a patient can do and what they can't do. Okay, this is all in their understanding of the parameters concerning these rights of the patients, which is very crucial when complying with HIPAA. Okay. So remember, if the police or some type of government, they want records. Those are the people that we have to up the records for. Anybody else with family members, all that kind of stuff. They have to be, designated, a designated person that can have the records. Okay. Healthcare. This is the same thing. This is pertaining to that. I just kind of stuck that in here. No boyfriends, no friends, daughters. You still can't see the record. You have to be have permission to look at a patient's information. Just especially if the patient is incoherent. Hopefully, they designated someone to look at their stuff. Okay, HIPAA regulations will be enforced and clearly stated by the United States government. If you break HIPAA, I mean, you can go to jail. You can, you can pay a hefty fine. So, you have to be careful with that. And sometimes, even and now they change it so much. Even if you do something, not intentional, you still could be, jailed for that or fined or something. You won't get 20 years, but you might get something. Okay, so let's move on to the next lesson. In this lesson, we're just going to have a small discussion about the Department of Health and Human Services. You guys have your book. Now, I'm pretty sure you guys have your book when you get ready to start your program. Some of you don't have your book right now. That's fine. This will give you a head start. Okay? Because I'm not going to go through it, especially since you guys don't have your. That's no problem. Just take heed to this, and it'll give you an idea of what you're going to be looking at. In this section, we're going to kind of go in depth. Now, the PQI, Physician Quality Reporting Initiative. Um, this is something that was created for providers to get a tax relief. They have to report on their bills what they did to the patient, and this is the Part B section. Remember, Part A is hospital, Part B is a clinical part, it's office part. Okay, so Part B, as mentioned in Part 1 of the lesson, okay, the financial incentive program is for eligible professionals. Now, I've done this before where I've had to, interact with ECW. That's eClinical Works. That's another software. I've had to interact with them in regards to getting my providers into that program. Some of my providers were leaving, some were, just came, some, really didn't have to go in, but that's a process. Just have to fill out a couple of forms and they do the rest. You don't have to do anything. Based on the codes that the provider is submitting, you have to make sure that they go in so that they can get that incentive. Okay. These codes should be added to the claim to reflect elements of quality of care delivering that was delivered during the encounter with the patient. Okay, and you know what it is? It's really just telling them what you did. Everything is on the records and X, Y, Z. They want you to go the extra step. You, not us, just the provider. But I have to get these things from the provider, not you. That's something that I would get from the provider, or the manager would get from the provider, and she would give it to me. Okay. So again, this is PQI extended. Some of you may get this on your exam, and I'm talking about CPC2. Some of the coders, you may get this on your test. Those of you who are just going to stay with the billing, just make sure that you also get this. So remember, the coders have to take the billing class too. So that's why you guys hear me talking about the coding stuff as well. Okay, so what is the CPC exam, certified professional coder? So yes, we put this in here because you guys have to know about this too. The 150 multiple choice questions, these questions have been reduced to 100. Used to be each test was like, what was it, 1.15, 1 minute, 15 seconds or two. Now they kind of shortened it down to 400, so it'll be a little less than that. This is a slide that I had from another class that I had, and this is like the old test. And they tweaked it since COVID, and that's why I think it went down to 4 because we weren't online before taking this test. Everybody had to go in, but now they have it online. So you guys know when you take this test online, you don't have to take it all together. You can take one part Monday and you can take another part on Thursday. But if you go in-house, you have to take it all at one time, okay? If you fail, you can take it again. Online, you fail, you're paying another $400 or however it costs. I think it's $100 less than the in-house exam. Okay, and again, you guys go on www.aapc.com and it'll tell you all about, the CPB, You have to be a member in order to take the exam. So make sure you guys become a member. Taking the exam will allow you to excel and be recognized at the mastery level of CODA and the mastery level of certified professional biller. Okay, the cost of the exam is on the website. I'll review the website in its entirety. Benefits of being certified, job stability, and stable pay. Okay, so let's move on. Again, I always try to repeat stuff that I want you guys to remember. So you will see that here more than one time. I see that right there. So I'm just going to fix that. So again, use your search engine, YouTube, medical dictionary, medical insurance billing, CPC, or ICD-10. All these are resources for you to use within your course. Language of medicine, and educated experiences. If I tell you a story, which I try not to tell you guys stories about what goes on in the office, but I've got a story for everything, I'm telling you. But I think through the class, those of you who new, remember, this is a new session. This is a new session. So sometimes I do tell stories, but just take heed to them because they do happen. They do happen. They do happen. Okay, so again, here I go again. It's the end of that session. There's a phone number. There's the email. You guys already know that. We're in medical billing. And what's the lesson? 83118. All of your courses have lesson numbers. And this is so you guys do not get lost. This is just about AAPC. And this is just telling you who they are and what they're about and what type of tests that they have. Again, you could always go on their website. AAPC has a membership base of over 190,000 worldwide. More than 130,000 of them are certified. Okay, Allied American Professional Coders. Okay, that's who we represent. Okay, that's who I want you to test with. That's who I want you to test with. That's what I train you to test with. Okay, your CPC guide, I use that to train you. I use all type of aspects to train you. I use book to train you. I use step-by-step to train you. I use medical insurance handbook to train you. I use my own experiences to train you. Okay, I teach you how to teach yourself. Okay, this is the old definition of AAPC. Now they don't have a definition because they do so many things. And that's why I changed my definition. I used to be certified financial training. I changed to be more transparent because people were getting more to financial, and it was, but it's more of billing and coding. Now AAPC doesn't go by any definition. They just say we're AAPC. Okay, so maybe you'll have on to what is the old definition? I don't know. Okay, they were founded in 1988 to provide professional certifications to physician-based medical coders and to elevate the standards of medical coding by providing student training, certification, and ongoing education, networking, and job opportunities. AAPC has expanded beyond outpatient coding to include training and credentials and documentation and coding audits, inpatient hospital facility coding, regulatory compliance, and physician practice management. AAPC has a membership base of over 190,000 worldwide, which are 130,000 certified and more. I just said that, but I just repeated it. So again, this is in your CPC guide. Some of you who are just doing the medical billing, I still recommend you to get your CPC guide because there's a first portion in that CPC guide that tells you about revenues. It tells you about revenue codes. It also tells you about the billing aspect of Medicare. I don't have my book down here. I don't have my book down here, but I don't know. Wait, I might have an old one. So I don't know. Yeah, I got one right here. Okay, look. And this is probably backwards. You know how you look at something that's upside down. I don't know how to do it upside down, but just look at it. In this first chapter, it has a small section in here, which I still like to show. I still like to show the medical billers, and I love this part. You see this part that has the acronyms in here? HPICS, GPCI, EHR, electronic health record. See, that's why, even in billing, this book is still good for medical billers. You see, here we go right here. See, this is the business of medicine. This is what I was telling you all about. See, this has a little bit of Medicare stuff in here, and it has a lot of acronyms in here. See, the OIG work plan. I still want y'all to get this book. Even I don't care when you're doing medical billing. All y'all who doing coders, y'all know y'all have to get this book anyway. It's small. It's not a big section, but it says the business of medicine. Okay, I'll put this back in here. Okay, and again, you guys can go on, Amazon and get the book, or You can go on thrifts or something like that, or you can go to AAPC and get it. Okay, so okay, continue. Again, this is, AAPC. They have over 500 local chapters. Local chapters are, that's the group, that's the community. My chapter is in Durham, North Carolina, because that's where I originated from. When I first started doing the AAPC training for certification. So you may be New York, you may be, Boston, you may be, Philadelphia, but I'm part of the AAPC chapter in Raleigh, Durham, in North Carolina. Okay, so again, once you join, when you join AAPC, you have to, before you take any exam, you pick your chapter, and your chapter is based on where you live at. And they have a lot of stuff. We have a lot of meetings. They have this, they have that. You talk about things. Once you become certified, then you may want to be a proctor yourself. Proctor is the people who give the test. Okay, so let's just look at this part right here. Welcome. Okay, retain this section. This is a section that's also in the book. Sometimes, on these tests, they want you to remember these things. Just please retain this section. This could be on your exam. When you guys see me put it on an index card. I don't have any index card in front of me, but make sure you guys put it on an index card. Okay, members of AAPC shall provide the highest standards of professional service for the betterment of healthcare to employees, clients, vendors, and patients. Professional and personal behavior of AAPC members must be exemplary. Show out, and they're gonna put you out. That's the short word. I don't know how else to say it. Okay, it shall be the responsibility of every AAPC member as a condition of continued membership to conduct themselves in all professional activities in a manner consistent with all the following ethical principles of professional conduct. They put it out there. I'm gonna say it again. Show out and you're out. And guess what? They can take your certificate from you. They take it from you. So try to abide by the right things. AAPC continue. AAPC always abides by integrity, respect, commitment, competence, fairness, and responsibility. Okay, and it's not just CPC. They have many tests across the board. But you guys who are taking your CPC, some of you guys are just taking a specialty. Some of you guys' specialty is just digestive system, and you're only taking a digestive system course. Why? Because that's the specialty that you're going to work in. Most of you are not sure what you're going to work in, so your specialty, you're taking all of the specialties, okay? So AAPC says adherence to these ethical standards assist in ensuring public confidence and integrity and professionalism of AAPC members. This is in their book. This is in their book. It may be on one of their exams. That's why I put this in here. Okay, go to aapc.com and you will see this failure to adhere to these standards as determined by AAPC will result in the loss of credentials and AAPC membership. With AAPC, I told you, you have to be careful. Okay, and that's in their book. So, but I have to put it here to make sure you guys know. Don't go out there and chill out. Don't take anything, for granted. Okay, skill training program, Sapphire Physician Coding Course, LLBC. Okay, you guys already know who I am. We're going to the next level of this course. That's why that's there. Then you see my email dropped in the middle. We're getting ready to go on to something else. Sapphire Physician Coding. Most networks are under this title. So you go to Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, or something like that. It's always Sapphire Physician Coding. I usually don't change it. Instagram is the same. I think I got those little dashes, whatever you call them, down there. Okay, but you guys can always get on there. Call me. You have my number. You have my email. I always put it there. You guys know that. Sapphire Physician Coding. Go to Facebook and you see a lot of the promos there. That's where I usually put the promos on Facebook. Okay. This is just Teams. Sapphire also uses Teams. Let me drop that S there. There'll be meetings here, and your one-on-ones will be here as well. Okay. If you guys do not have Teams, just go ahead and download that. And that's in your introduction. That's in your orientation. Okay, I prefer you guys to have Teams and Zoom. Download Zoom as well. I do live chats in Zoom. This is a Zoom. You guys can send me any kind of message you want to. I have to have your emails to make sure that I send you the invite. You don't have to come. That's fine. Because you guys can archive this and you still can ask me any question you want to. I don't care if you're looking at this and you got your phone. Ms. Lambert, let me call Ms. Lambert right now. Well, you can text me. I will get back to you. Okay. The live chat will be done via Zoom. You guys already know that. And again, I'll still do them on Teams. Okay, just get at me when you need me. We'll keep it moving. Okay, YouTube, the lesson will be loaded on YouTube. The lessons will be private. When I say private, there's a link for you to get into the lessons. There's a link for YouTube. There's a link for Zooms. There's a link for Teams. Okay, the link in there, if it tells you, oh, you can't open this is private, I will give you the link. Okay, you guys who have the files will already have the link. If you don't, I'll send it to you through your email or Google Drive. Okay, it is just another way of you to get your lessons. Your lessons are private, even if I put them on YouTube. Okay, however you want to look at your lessons, you'll have access to them. On the Google Drive is, your iPhone, your iPad, this, that, that. I mean, you can, and it's the same with, like the iPad X, you do the iPad on HP. But when you do Google, you can get Google Drive from HP, Sony, anything. You can put up your Google Drive. I used to have the docs and I had them just, I could just look at them on my iCloud Drive, and so I gotta find them. Okay, so uploading docs, that's what we were just talking about. Students can upload docs through the email, Google Drive. Again, here's Teams, and this is just, kind of reminding you again to make sure you download Teams. And if there's a way that you want to use just other than that, let me know what it is. I might not know what it is. I mean, I'm used to using Teams at the job, and I've always used Teams to teach you guys what I need to show you. I use Zoom too. Okay, so so let's get, kind of back to medical billing. These are interview questions. This is my little stash trick for you guys. And these are questions I use myself when I'm hiring somebody or I'm even doing a one-on-one. I'm not going through the whole, the whole questions, but they're in there. Okay, I did give you this as an added addition. To your billing course. These are just claim identifications. They're telling you what these claims are: inpatient, outpatient. And you know what? This is also it's in the CPT book. But but again, you guys still have to get the CPT book because you got that 5 and 6 in coding. I don't know what's tripping me at right now. Interview questions will be significantly a help to you as it relates to applying for a job and taking exams. These are fundamental questions that are asked at medical billing specialist interviews. I'm adding an accounts receivable, payment posting, all that type of stuff, collections, self-pay. These are different departments that I'm talking about. Okay. It's all about medical billing and also uses index cards. No, you guys will use the index cards and study them. Look out for more uploads that will assist you. Okay. Don't forget, use your index cards. I know I always tell the coders to use their index cards. The billers, I want you to use your index cards too. Okay. These are claim types. You see them at the top of the claim form. Okay. Request a copy of HICPA if you don't have one. I put a copy of the HICPA 1500 in your file. I also put UBO4. If there's something that I mentioned in this chat and you guys don't have it, make sure you get at me so I can give it to you. Okay. So again, these are revenue codes. These go on the UBO4. Sometimes it's UB92. Revenue code 360 is for surgery. Optum 360 has an exam. I don't know if they still ask these questions, but I know they have an exam that asks you some of the revenue codes. Can you identify some of the revenue codes? NDC, National Disease Control Number. These are some of the things that you see on a claim. Some directors may say, what is a DED? What is coinsurance? What is copay? Okay, you're going to see all that in your book, in your medical billing book. Okay, medical billing process continued. And again, this is the same type of stuff that's in your book. But these are the main things that I want you to make sure that you study. ABN protects the provider. And this is given to the patient to agree to sign because MCR may not cover X-ray. When I say MCR, I mean Medicare. ABN is Advanced Beneficiary Notice. Okay, if they do something that may not be covered, they can be responsible for it. If they don't sign it, then forget about it. But registration is supposed to make sure that they fill out the ABN. And registration, that's billing. Remember, that's just a 10 cycle. Starts from the front. Starts from the front. Registration is the first point of access and goes all the way around. Back in is accounts receivable, the coders. They get to that last, but it's all, all the same thing. Okay, we're all in the same group. Hold harmless. You cannot bill the patient for anything other than the copay. Describe your skill set in detail. And I put that in here. Again, these are things that they ask you, I'll put it down here again. Reminder, use index cards. I have a million. I know one guy, my friend, he was taking a test for construction. I think he took the test like 4 times. He finally passed. I think he had over 1,000 index cards to study. Okay, what is PHI, Protected Health Information? What is HICFA, Healthcare Financing Administration? Okay, HCPCS, Healthcare Procedure Coding System. HCPCS, you guys must get the HCPCS book. Not the billers. This is for the coders. Make sure you get that HCPCS book. Okay, describe billing payer experience. And remember, these are questions. These are HR questions. These are HR questions that, they may ask you, BC will not make payment for an NP. That's a nurse practitioner. They may have changed, but just keep in mind of that. In your book, you will see that. Claims get rejected due to NDC. Remember, that's National Drug Code. Okay, I'm just skipping down a line because you guys are going to read this. Medicare requires a medical necessity. Medicaid requires referring physician on a UB. Okay, so just remember that. I don't know why that J is there. Okay, so let's move on. What is denied claim for medical necessity? We went over some of this, but this is some of the things that they ask you. What is it, and what do you do? If a claim is denied for medical necessity, what do you do? I would query the doctor and request the medical records. Query the doctor means ask the doctor. I'm just saying this because I would be like, Dr. Jones, what did you do? Let me see your medical record. Can you sit down here with me and just kind of, give me an identification of a justification of why you did this? Why did you do that? And that's what they want. If you do a surgery on a patient, Medicare wants to see all the steps up to what did you do before that. Just like, I'm going to give you a good example. The geriatric thing. What am I saying it right? I can't even say it. Gastric bypass. That's what it is. You have to do this diet, that diet. You have to use 50 pounds or whatever, and boom, then you get your surgery. But especially they got Medicare approving that thing now. That Medicare ain't playing because they can do an audit on your provider, and next thing you know, they want listen. Okay, so give us your records back from 2017 to now, and give us every single patient that you did. And they want all medical necessity that should have been performed with this patient, and it better be checked off. Sometimes you send it to them, they reject it. No, nah, and then you're gonna have to get the provider to stand before the judge or before the committee. That's why medical necessity is so important. And this is not just for the coaches, it's for the billers too, because you guys are going to have to get it. So this is just giving you more of an understanding of what they would be looking for. Because I've had providers who, had audits, all the time. And it's very time consuming. You got to pull a biller. You have to pull a biller, and she don't have to work on that. Because if she doesn't, and we don't justify why the provider did all these surgeries, the neuro, the this, the that, didn't do no sleep study, didn't do X-ray. Guess what? We got to refund all that money back to Medicare. They want their money. And I'll tell you right now, if the patient had a secondary payer, they get their money back too. They get their money back too. So that's why we want to do our due diligence and making sure that we have everything. I mean, you're not the provider. You know what I'm saying? The manager, the supervisor is supposed to make sure that their provider, me, supposed to make sure that the provider is doing his due diligence because I got the record in front of me. I see the patient from end to end. I'm looking at what they're doing. My manager is supposed to make sure that she's got everything that she needs before that patient is booked. Oh, wait a minute, Dr. Jones. She didn't have her sleep study. Let's schedule the sleep study. You see what I'm saying? They should be doing that before the provider do the surgery, if it's Medicare, and if that is going to be necessary. It's steps that you have to do. Just like with the gastric bypass patients, they give you this big pack of stuff, and you have to make sure, okay, this, and that. What diets did she try first? How much weight have she lost back and forth? At what point did he decide to do the surgery? Okay, she 112 pounds. What was the purpose for the surgery? You see what I'm saying? So that's what I'm talking about. And you don't want the provider to lose money. The bills are very important. You guys, you're going to take the heat. I'm not going to say take the heat because I don't blame anybody for anything, but I do want the billing team to stay abreast of what they are doing because we're going to lose money. If we lose money, provider don't get no check, I got to fire somebody. Somebody got to go. So that's why, I try to keep the team together and make sure you guys know everything that you're supposed to do. And that's you guys too, not just when I'm at work. That's for you guys as well. Okay. So again, I will query the doctor. Okay. Request the medical records. Okay, Medicare or commercial wants to assure that the services were necessary. Mid-level providers are reimbursed at a lower rate. When I say mid-level providers, I'm talking about like a nurse practitioners, physician assistants, those type of people. Radiologists or whatever. Not radiologists, they're auxiliary people, but people like that, anesthesiologists. Remember, anesthesiologists, they doctors too. They just went to school for anesthesia, so it's same thing, just like a CRNA, certified registered nurse anesthesia. She's a nurse, but she went to school for anesthesia. Okay, so I hope this thing is loud because I keep fading in and out. I'm sorry. So okay, so appeal the claim. Okay, return to provider. How long do you have to how long do you have? How long? How much time do you have to overturn a claim for Medicare? Out the door, 14 days. Get it out the door. I don't care how long it is. Get it out the door for 14 days. Okay. And don't worry, all that stuff is in your book. Okay. Describe your RCM experience in your own words. I always ask that because I had one person, I interviewed her, and she was from I don't know if she was at Creedmoor or one of the facilities, but she's cycle management. I just want her to explain. Describe your RCM experience in your own words. What is E&M? Evaluation and management. If you're doing billing, you should know what E&M is because what? Those are office codes, 99213, 99214, which is the most invasive, 99215. And there are much more. There's some abundance of outpatient codes, there's new patient codes, okay? That's why I said billers, y'all doing the billing, y'all need to keep on going and do the coding, okay? Because it is so much fun. What is coding? The translation of written medical records into a series of numerical words, okay? Medicare provides coverage for 65 and over disabilities and end-stage renal diseases. You guys already know that. It's in your book. Okay? That some of the coders I'm talking about. Okay, there's Lily. Okay. Yeah, my sister, she don't know call me Lily. So you guys do not call me Lily. But let's move on. Okay, there's only a few more slides, but I really want to kind of get through this. MIB students, we need coding. You have 2 chapters in your book. Okay? I'll put an S right there. You have 2 chapters in your book for this section. You have chapter 5 and chapter 6. Okay. Vice versa is the one of them is ICD-10, the other one is CPT. So you still need to have insight on that. Okay. Again, this is your lesson. This is your lesson 4. You have more lessons than that. I'm just kind of going through some of them. All right. Okay, so here's HIPAA. This is a short version of American Recovery and Investment Act. Put that on an index card. That might be on your test. Put that on the index card. I'm talking to the billers and the coders. Put it on the index card. High tech. You remember I mentioned that a few minutes ago? Is Health Information Technology for Economic and Clinical Health Act. That might be on your test. What is OIG? They investigate suspected healthcare fraud. Office of Inspector General. Okay. What is ACA? Affordable Care Act 2010. Everything right here, put it on the index card. HIPAA, Health Insurance Portability Accountability Act, put it on an index card. Okay. Medical insurance billing terms. PTP, procedure to procedure. Okay. NCCI, National Corrective Coding Initiative. You guys are going to see that a lot. Okay. CCI, automated edit system to control specific CPT pairs that can be reported on the same day. Claim 44 sharing codes are not unbundled. Those of you who the business have this too, because there's an edit block. Let's say you're doing the billing or you're doing the coding, because the claim initially is going to drop when the coders are finished. That claim goes to an NCCI edit, which says, okay, oh wait, no, 20 of them they stopped. 20 of those claims got stopped because something's wrong. They're missing something. That's an NCCI edit. Okay, and if you put too many codes there when it should be one, it's going to stop it too. Oh well, you should have used this instead of that. It's crazy. I'm telling you, you would believe it. Just like those systems they use, like Optum 360 and CodeNet, and all these different coding coding engines. I'm calling them engines, but they like websites that you just type it in. And remember, the coders, you're still gonna code. Those of you who are gonna code by scratch, they're like scribes. You read in and you find in the physical code. Most of the providers, they're putting in their codes. We train the providers to put the right codes in. We have sessions with the providers. If it's gynecology, gynecologists, we have sessions with them. Okay, you use this code, this code, this code, and this code. That's where the charge entry person comes in. They give them the intake slip. He's supposed to have the codes on there already. But, again, that can be stopped. NCCI can stop that. Okay, because it's wrong to come out. Okay, MUE, medical unlikely edits by Medicare. Before billing claim, we must verify insurance. If there's a credit on the account, look at the EOB. Epic Hospital Practice Management. Read this. This is giving you an insight of XYZ. EOB is the explanation of benefits. You guys know what that is. We get that after the money is paid, or the money may be denied, the money may be rejected. I got some of that in here so you can look at that. Insurance knowledge. Study this, because put every single one of these on a index card, because when you finish this course, I want you to go look for a job. Tell me if you can't find one. Tell me if you go in there and you don't understand. Yeah, okay, well, let's start going over some more stuff again. Okay. But they say, well, where do you go to school? Sapphire Physician Coding LLC training program. Call my director. She'll tell you. Okay. Give them to me. I'll tell them what we do. Okay. So RTE, real-time eligibility. I know, I'm just kind of reading through it. Okay, CWF, common work file, CSN, context area number. You guys go ahead and put this on index card. Copay, a fixed amount that is paid for the services. It's supposed to be. Listen, if you guys are working in the front, okay, there are some patients that probably really don't have their copay, but there's some that they come in and they say, oh, I ain't got it all the time. You know, think of a strategy to get the copay first. Just kind of let them know. And you're like, you're having a major visit today. Some insurance companies is not paying until the copayment is in it. Let them know what the copayment is. Look at your policy. You're supposed to pay this copayment first, X, Y, Z. I mean, now Medicaid patients who have to pay $2 and $3, like, I don't even know why they have Medicaid patients paying copays. I mean, I think it's ridiculous. Um, Nah, usually don't write it off. Don't listen to me. I'm just telling you. I usually write it off, but I don't want you guys to do that. Depends on your SOP in your office. SOP, standard operation procedure. If they don't do that in your office, do not do it. Okay. I am the director of my office. If I say write it off, they write it off. Okay. So let's move on. Here's my buddy right here. On the job billing talk. Okay. We got billing talk, coding talk, surgery talk, claim talk, clearinghouse talk. The billers have their billing talk. The coders don't know what they're talking about. The billers sometimes don't know what the coders are talking about. Everybody have their own talk. Okay, so WQ is work queue, pre-billed bucket has a zero balance, accounting activity for claim corrections, initiated billing, late charges, closed claims, zero balances. This is telling you what's in the heart. The heart is hospital accounts record. Okay, Mr. James here, right here, you're gonna be working for him, and hopefully, you see Mr. James walking around like that all day. Boy, he is so happy with his biller, he don't know what to do. He gets all his claims paid, and that is inevitable to get all the claims paid. You got to be an expert biller from heaven to get every single claim paid, because the insurance company have a reason just to deny the claim, just because, deny, let's give them a hard time. Those are the challenging claims. Those are, the coordinated claims. Those are the team leaders claims. I try to, I want to give them the hardest claims that they can do, because I need the billers to work on the fast stuff. Get it in and get it out the door, get it out the door, get it out the door. But sometimes when you say get it out the door, they don't forget to fix it or check it. They just submit the claim. Oh, well, let's get out, XYZ. I was at one place one time before, and the I don't know, what was she, the CEO there? She and I worked together, and she just used to be like, just let them get it out. Put it in there, just get it out. I mean, it's like she don't even care, if it's right or wrong. No, I'm not doing that. They're gonna work the claim. If it ain't working, it's not going out. I mean, it is what it is. I don't care if it's end month or not. You're not gonna push out 1,000 claims and they're gonna come right back because you're trying to meet a quota at the end of the month. No, because you guys know different hospitals and revenue cycle management, they compete with how much money they get in. I remember when I was in North Carolina, I think a Duke or somebody, they were one of the highest one that got the most money in at the end of the month. This is higher up stuff, but you guys will see this, throughout your career. Okay, so let me just tell you what you see these down here. These are this explanation of benefits adjustment codes. That's what they are. CO-44, CO-245. These are adjustment codes. Okay, most of those adjustment codes they start with CO. Okay, PR2, that's your secondary. Okay, some of that's not in your book that I'm telling you, but we'll go over more of this. Okay, claim form. Okay, 0818, that's an adjustment code. Auxiliary services can be lab tests, order x-rays. Okay, TX, if you see that on the claim form, is transaction. Okay, you guys know what the NDC is. NRP, next responsible party. Next responsible party is okay. This father just said the mother is supposed to pay the balance of that if he ain't got it. Okay, I'm just saying it like that, but you guys know what I mean. First, primary insurance, secondary insurance. Okay, so surprise, surprise, a few questions. So these are still a few questions. What challenges did you face at your last job? What challenges did you face at your last job? You can tell me because if you say this in the classroom, people will know. They can help you. Okay. Don't say you couldn't stand somebody. I want you guys to say, well, this is what happened. Okay. Have you been asked to do something outside your typical work day? And just keep going. Don't say anything about COVID. Don't say anything about COVID. This was a direct incident with COVID that, because you might run into somebody with COVID at the job. Okay. Just be careful. Okay. Put your mask on if you think you need to wear your mask. So again, have you had traumatic change in the workplace? And again, don't say COVID, say something else because we've all had that traumatic change. MRB interview questions continued. Okay, that's what these are. These are interview questions. Can you work on the weekends? What makes you a good fit? That's the main one. And you guys can write all the answers down before you get there. Before you get to the job, write them down. Okay, even you put them on your little pad, you need to look at them. You put look at them. They don't know what you're looking at. Okay, use index cards. How well are you with change? I'm gonna say it, but we all went through COVID, but you're not gonna say that, okay? You adapt well to change. You adapt well to change. You change. You're a team player, right? You adjust to changes, right? You work as a team. You fall in. You change your daily routine. You know how to adjust to change. Okay, so the good of the company. Okay, um, why are you leaving your last job? Will you keep your current job? Can you travel? Can you work overtime? All kinds of stuff. I'm telling you. I put about 50 questions here, but I don't ask all that stuff. I ask discussion board. Gee, let's go to discussion board. Okay. So again, discussion board. I love those little men. Discussion board is Teams and Zoom, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, wherever you can get me a message and you think I'm there, I'm going to answer right away, just go ahead and send it. Discussion board is where we talk about different things. Discussion board is where you have questions. Discussion board is where you want your one-on-one. Okay. Discussion board is you can also attach things to a discussion board. In Teams, you can attach files in Teams. I'm more of the Zoom person than the Google person, but I just started to adapt things with you guys to Teams. I use Teams at work. So when I'm at work, I use the Teams there, the files and the folders. Like when I created the charge into team, they put all the doctors, just different files, file. The CEO, the director, the billers, whatever, whoever has access can see everything that goes on in there. And I used to see one of the other directors, she used to go looking in there all the time. Um, but if you forget something, that's where you go. We used to put all the intake slips in there. What is medical billing, you ask? Medical billing is about getting the proper reimbursement for your hospital and or provider. The billers must bill the initial claim promptly. Turnaround time should be no less than 14 days after the initial day of the outpatient. I don't see any reason why the insurance companies can't send the money when they're supposed to. But again, this might not be in stone. You have, it might be 30 days before you get a payment. But this is just my opinion. This is what I would like. Okay, this is what I'm expecting of my own billers. Say get on top of it, follow up with it. Let's see what happens. Get in as much money as you can before the 31st. I want to see that money posted on the 31st. When I see the dashboard, I better see money on there that's accountable. Okay. I don't talk to them like that, but that's what I'm talking about. You as a biller. You as a biller, you have to work with your team. You have to work with your boss. I want to see the money that's going in there. If you're working in a system that you're not familiar with, you can't navigate. You can't find the patient date of birth. You can't find the patient insurance company. The patient doesn't change insurances. You can't even find the phone number. You better write him a letter and hopefully he get back to you. You do your due diligence. Find it. We don't get paid. We do the money. I gotta let you go. I may have to let you and your girl go. So be careful. Okay. Be careful. Do your due diligence. I don't want to, I myself, I don't like all this. Do what you got to do, be finished. Because I'm going to look at your due diligence. I want to see what did you do? What did she do to do this claim? Well, I see a whole bunch of stuff in the queue. She's just checking off, checking off, checking off. Okay, so oh boy, now I got to take this home now. And now I'm gonna look at it and see what she's doing. I'm not that bad as you think, but regardless, you're supposed to do your due diligence and make sure you get your money. You can't just come to work and punch in and you're not working. And this is the same for you guys as the billers. Make sure you do what you're supposed to do. If you're working in a doctor's office, you don't work hand in hand with that doctor. It's not like a hospital. The hospital is always a billing office or, um, you know, a financial office or something like that. 9 times out of 10, you're not even going to see the doctors, but you are going to have to communicate with the inmate there and the nurses and things in case you need something from them. Okay, so anybody got any questions? You guys got any questions? Let me know. You guys know how to get at me. I always put it right here. This is for everybody who is at home. This is for everybody who has archived this video. Do you have any questions? Send them to me now. Okay, and it doesn't have to be now. You can send them to me when you send it to me. Okay, so there's Lisa. Oh, you guys like this picture. This is my ID picture from Trinity. And who loves this? Richard loves this picture. I don't know why, but I still look the same. Okay, I might have been about 15 pounds lighter in this picture, but again, thank you and good luck. Okay, so I say that at the end of every lesson. This is lesson 5. And again, we just kind of slide through. This is the standard operation procedure. This is standard operation procedure of Sapphire. Okay, so this is how you guys should be conducting your course. Okay, I'm not going to read the whole thing. Sapphire position coding program SOP. Students have been given access to the course related materials. You guys already know this. Some of the stuff we've been through, I put this here for you guys to kind of get a look at what you need to do, because in your courses, you have core courses. This is for the billers too. Your prereq courses are the billing, the medical billing, the medical terminology, ICD-10, and CPT. Those are the prereq courses. Okay, you take those courses prior to the coding class anyway. Okay, and this is it again, prereq course, that's your ability. Students will read all lectures. The beginning lectures tell a story. We know that. Everything tells a story. The student will now begin the insurance handbook, the medical insurance book. Every chapter has an exercise in a workbook. After the student has completed the exercise, the odd or even numbers, whichever one is in the back of your book, then the student will move on. Okay, so you guys will get a task. The task is a test. Sometimes I say task, sometimes I say test. They're actually tests. You get the test slash task, and then you get the competency. Competency is probably 50. The coders have procedures. You guys have long competencies, and then you have your final exam. You must get the 70 for that. I'm looking for 85. You guys already know that. I can't wait to see some of you in the new class start breezing through that. I want to see you guys also breeze through the medical billing. Okay, medical billing, after the exercises, working students will give the instructor. It will be given to the instructor for the grade. You guys already know that. And again, this is just the protocol for the SOP. Okay, I'm trying not to go through every single one because I know you guys are ready to go. But just split this up because it's already lengthy. Okay, your main course, coding course. Step 3, the student will now use the SBS. SBS is your coding book. Some of you who are in the medical billing class, medical billing is going to use that book as well if you choose to go forward. So that's what that means in the SBS book. It's a step-by-step book. And I want you guys, the medical billers, get a used one, because the beginning chapter in the SBS book, I want you to do, that's medical billing. That's a medical billing portion. It's about HIPAA. So I want you guys to also get that. Okay, and let me know if you don't see it. I'll try to find one, and I'll mail it to you if need be. Okay, so again, this is just a little recap, about the step-by-step book. It's just about the coding. And remember, you guys still have coding. The billers have chapter 5 and chapter 6. You must learn how to do the coding. Let me know. I'll send you the information for that. But that's why I always recommend that you guys buy the full program so that you will have everything at your hands. Attachments can be sent via lecture and comments. So some of you want to, I just want to do billing. Yeah, but you need to do medical terminology. You need to do X, Y, Z. Let me know where you want to go. To me, I would rather get the medical insurance, billing, medical terminology, and the whole course, and then I would sit the rest of the course to the side until one day I say, I want to learn. I want to learn coding. because that coding course is expensive. Sometimes I put, I put promos out and discounts and things. Get it when it's a discount. If you have an inkling in your mind, you won't waste the money, because a true course at a college is almost $26,000. Mine was 16,000 like 15 years ago. So now it's like $26,000, and I'm teaching the same thing that they're giving me. Why? Because I taught the exact same thing at my college. Why do I know what kind of books you need in XYZ? Because I was the instructor for that at a physical college. Now I am the owner of my own school. So that's why I want you to learn what you need to learn. And you learn it from me because I know what I'm talking about. And you guys know that because you wrote it in my bio, right? Yeah, Miss Lambert. Okay, so let's move on. Remember the course SOP. Remember the SOP because it tells you how the course goes. If you forget about, I don't know how to do this, I don't know what I'm supposed to do first, XYZ, I number everything. I use numbers and letters and I put things in order. That's what you're gonna go by. If I send you files and you see PDFs in there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that's the order you should be working on. If I send you files, KK, JJ, GG, that's the order you should be working on. Okay. So, again, this is good. For example, a course that has 14 lessons and at least 2 lessons a week is good. So some of you are at home, you don't have to do one a week. You can do 2 courses a week. You want to follow a schedule. I have 3 different schedules in there to accommodate all of you guys. So some of you want to do 3 lessons, do 3 lessons, 2 hours a day, 3 lessons. You'll get through it. You'll get through that fast track. When I say and this is crazy because when I say fast track, I got to make sure you guys know what I'm talking about. Fast track is 10 weeks. You got that coding down pack in 10 weeks. I'm gonna let you go ahead and take that test. Okay. And if the test ain't free, you got to pay for it. So that's why I don't want you to waste your money. Okay. So just read your section, so that you can get familiar with it. Students completion time is 4 to 6 weeks. That's on a subject. Okay, medical terminology will be longer because medical terminology is 21 subjects. Okay, and you guys already know ICD 10 has almost 22 subjects too. So it's a long course. Some people are home, so you can take more time with a follow course lesson plan. The book chapter of an exercise task coding. I'm gonna slow down. I could hear myself speeding up and talking too fast. But again, I will always send you a follow-up email. I will always send you a text to see, hey, how's it going? What are you doing? XYZ. I haven't gotten a test from you. Is everything okay? You got to take your test. Okay. I don't rush you. Um, the the class is at your own pace, but I do give you a guideline that I want you to go by. Okay. Okay, so the book should be purchased prior to starting a course, but I will send you the information before you even get a book. Okay, you got a problem with something, just go ahead and send me an email. Okay, watch all the videos, YouTube. And some of you who have not even started the class yet, you guys can start some of the videos if you don't have all of the files. You guys can also go to Black Phoenix and see what I have there. That's the website. I have a couple of different marketplaces. I have something down here, and I'll get to that and I'll show you that. But I have Etsy, Shopify, and Amazon where you can buy books and scrub hats and things like that. Okay, so are you up for this amazing challenge? That's the end of this portion right here. But I hope you guys are, and I hope you guys are enjoying this chat because it's pretty long. But this is for everybody. This is archived. Everybody will see this chat. So just make sure you write down what you need to write down, and make sure you take heed to everything that I'm telling you. Sapphire Physician Coding, LBC Think. Okay, this is a rubric. The rubric tells you what's in your course, what's in the program. And we've already went through a lot of that. I just gave you a little shortcut lectures, competency, skill demonstration, Q&A guide review. With some of that, we've already done. So that's throughout the course. These are the things that you will see. A lot of this is in your book. And what you see right here, we've already done some of this, and a lot of it is in your orientation. Every time I do a chat, I more than likely throw orientation in there, okay? Don't skip orientation, even though I'm saying that, because orientation is it's informational for you. There's actually 2. I have one on YouTube. It's a short version, and you guys have the long version. Okay, this is the long version of the orientation. The files have more information in there as it relates to, I don't know why my hands are so shiny, as it relates to your grades being recorded and some of the schedules. So you guys will see those things in here. Again, this is just a rubric just telling you what's going on. It's a student who will perform to the best of their ability. Okay, so it's up to the student. I'm not the one who's going to perform to the best of my ability. You are. Okay, you are gearing up to be, par in what you do. Let's get you to where you need to be. All materials must be purchased by the student. So you guys see this already. I was trying to initiate this because I send the files out with the books in it way before you even start the class. Sometimes I even send the files out, even if you say I'm interested in, you haven't even started the class yet, because the books cost a lot of money. But get one at a time. If you start medical billing, get the medical billing book. If you start medical terminology, get the medical terminology book. Okay, don't get all the books at one time. That would be just too much. Okay, so the purpose of this course is to educate students in becoming certified professional coders and also billers. Okay, before here we go, and to train and or tutoring in the billing and coding credit. Now, this program, I'm just throwing this in here. This program did not have billing. Um, I put the billing in the last prior year because I would go around and ask people, what do you know about coding? Do you know anything about coding? Well, what's that? They would be like, well, what's coding? X, Y, Z. And do you know anything about medical billing? Oh yeah, we did. Yeah, we know that's a. So I added billing. So that's why a lot of the stuff that you see in here, you don't see the word billing. Okay, so this class welcomes new students to coding and advanced students as well. Okay, when I say coding, I'm talking about billing too. The students can continue at a self-taught basis. I teach you how to teach yourself. You need to get a 70 and better. This is an online program. This is an hourly program. You can work at your own pace, own place. Exams, tests, quiz, competencies should be posted within 48 hours. In your schedule, in your SOP, in your course, it shows if you post me something by Wednesday, I'll have that test back to you by Friday. Okay, that's the goal. Task, competency, exams, coding procedure, secrecy guide, medical billing tasks. That's what I'm giving you. So what I'm telling you is what your course is about. I'm telling you what's in your course. I got to put this in here again because I want to make sure that you understand, what's going on. The competency is a final. Okay, this exam tests your skills. Okay, you see how it's this competency. It makes sure that you're competent in what you learned. Okay, only the student knows how competent he or she is, and if they're ready to take the exam, whether it's CPB or CPC. Okay, no student will be encouraged to take the CPC exam unless I'm accurate in all areas. I like 80, 85, but if you get a 70, I'm all right with that. Because your CPC, you got to have 70 anyway. But I had one student, I want 90. I want to get 100. Remember, I had a student who took the test. Matter of fact, after she failed a few times, she came to me. That's only because she was in New York and I was in North Carolina. She knew where I was. She didn't know I was teaching. That was back in 2016. So she came to me. She told me how many times she took this test. She felt I can't, every time I take this test, I feel it. And I told her what to do. Do this, and that. Take this class here. Take that. I'm not even gonna put you in it here. Just take that and do that, since you know what you got to do. She did everything I told her to do. She did this index card. She retained what she needed to retain, and she passed that test. She passed the test with a 73. And she'd come back to me, Lisa, I passed the test. You're not going to believe it. But I really want to get a 90. A 90 ain't going to make a difference. It's not. You're still going to get a job as a certified professional coder, and you're going to make the same money as everybody else who came in as an apprentice. An apprentice is a person who doesn't have experience in coding. Yes, you will come in as an apprentice, and they'll take that off after 6 months. But she was so excited that she passed the test, but she was not as excited because she didn't get like an 80 or 90. But you passed. You passed. Okay, you passed the test. Okay, so that's better than getting a 55 or something like that. Okay, and she had 2 weeks to take that test. I mean, I wish she had came to me months earlier. That's why I tell you, take your time. She probably would have got a 90. Okay, so of course we will continue. Once the work begins to feel like second nature, you are almost ready. I will say ready. I'm not going to go there with that. But again, these are some of the books down here. It is encouraged that the student purchases medical dictionary or uses the internet or search engine. I want you guys to have a medical dictionary, and that's because I have one. And, I know it's old school, but you never know. Sometimes you find your medical dictionary and you want to find stuff in there. I got mine down here. I love you say this. You gotta literally. I still have one because sometimes everything ain't on. You know, you just home kind of hanging out, and you don't want to get on a computer. Okay, I should tell them don't geek me about my book. Okay, so okay, so post this is a case discussion board, whether you're in a Zoom or a Google Drive, and again, post this from 4 to 6. But you guys can post anytime. When I give you numbers and dates and times, those are kind of estimated. They I like to stay on schedule. You guys know that, so I always give you a date and a time or something like that. But if it's not possible, it's okay. Text me and tell me when you want to submit this. When do you need to do this? Or if you post something extra, I'm always in there, so I'm always looking at stuff. When I say post, you can send me through Messenger, XYZ, or whatever. Just kind of get at me when you need to. Okay, so this is about the Zoom and with the classmates and teams. We talked about that. I just threw that in to make sure I remind you guys. Again, we meet just students on one-on-one, and I'm just telling you about FaceTime, Google Drive, Google Meet. Download those apps so that we can talk. And again, remember, these are the resources. When I say resources, they're books. They're where we get things from. So I put this in here again to make sure you guys are following the books that you need. But again, you do have a file in regards to the books that you need. This is the medical insurance billing and coding Q&A book. I have it in ebook on Amazon. Those of you who know people who want to know about medical billing and they don't want to take the class or they're not ready to take the class and they just want to look at the book, that's fine. They can do that. You can go on blackphoenix.etsy.com and you can also purchase the book. Amazon as well. You go to Amazon, just type in Sapphire Physician Coding. You'll find the medical series there, or type in medical billing Q&A and you'll find that there. This is a picture. This is a picture. What is a picture of the Sapphire Coding series? This is the first series of medical training. There's a lot of stuff in this book that has to do with the course, and there's a couple of medical billing things in there, but it's basically telling you about the course. There will be a series of 18 of these. So we're making the course easy and accessible to people. I'm not sure when I'll be finished with that, but this is the first one. There'll be 18 books just like this one. There'll be different colors. Remember back in third grade when we used to have phonics and they had all those pretty colors? So, that's where I got the colors from. I love this color. The next one will probably be red, green, or blue. Be series 2, 3, 4, 5, like that. Okay. I believe this is the medical billing coding Q&A. I am the author of all of these books. And these books are already out there. You guys can get them anytime you want to. Okay, again, if you have somebody new, doesn't know anything about medical billing and coding, I would definitely suggest to get that book. Okay, so this is the end of this medical billing chat. We talked about a lot of things. This is for the coders and the billers as well. Again, here's my email again. You guys know I put this all throughout. These are a lot of my social networks. Make sure you guys get at me. Do not forget to look at that YouTube because there's a lot of things on the YouTube that can help you guys. Okay, so again, there I go. I'm going to end this chat and I'm going to see you guys in the next chat. Archive this chat. Look at your schedule. If you need a one-on-one, just let me know of this. And, you guys just make sure you do what you're supposed to do. You got to. You can't retain if you don't study. Okay, so I'll see you guys next time. I'm not even going to come out of the share screen. I'm going to go ahead and see you guys next time. And I'll definitely have a video that it might be longer than this, but split it up 1, 2, 3 days. But just make sure you guys look at this full video. Okay, so have a good evening. This is Miss Lambert. You guys contact me when you need me. Thank you to all of my new students, and I appreciate you guys entering the course. And I will see you guys next time. Bye bye.